You're watching Rogers TV.
Lydi, Loveless, and welcome to Out of the Fog. Tonight we have ECMA nominee and singer-songwriter Summer Bennett, and then we have Danny Dumaresque, who's going to be talking all things tariff on the seafood production industry. You won't want to miss this. We'll be right back. And welcome back. Today I have with me singer, songwriter, and artist Summer Bennett. Summer, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so excited because the first time I saw you was at the ECMA announcement, and I fell in love with you, I have to say, because you are just amazing. You're an upcoming artist. So what, made you want to pursue this?
I've been wanting to become, what I said, a pop star since I was 6 years old. That's when I started writing music, and I was really inspired by, I always say this, but Justin Bieber.
Absolutely. What a great artist to be inspired by.
Yeah, I was a dancer growing up. So, watching him do my two favorite things in the world, which was dancing and singing and music and writing music, all kind of put into one, and he's just amazing. And I was just obsessed with that, and I saw him and I was like, that's what I want to do. You
saw him in concert, did you?
No, I wish I did, but I kind of just grew up with him and on the radio and
And that's a
YouTube
great influence because you are, into the pop scene, that's your genre, so that was definitely a turning point for you, was it?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Excellent. And so Summer, you have a great genre, and so what made you want to say, pop is the genre, the sound that I want to do, and how did that resonate with you?
Yeah, here in Newfoundland, that is not, it's just not the genre. Everyone here is kind of folk, and I love all genres, but growing up, I was surrounded by music. My whole family is musical, but it was kind of always traditional music or folk music or even rock I grew up with, but it was never pop music. And so although pop is obviously the mainstream genre everywhere else, here I never really got that. And so figuring out what pop was on the radio and once I got to school and people talking about it, it kind of became a discovery to me. And so pop was different to me. It wasn't the mainstream for me, and I absolutely fell in love with it. And I just knew that that's what I wanted to do, and I'm so obsessed with pop music, and I think nobody gives it the credit that it kind of needs. I feel like everyone kind of is oh, that's just dance music, it's not written well. It's no, pop music can be so amazing, and that's why I love it.
And the songwriting that you do, and so what types of things do you write about in your lyrics? And because I'm a big fan, I've been listening to your songs all week, and I'm so excited that you're here. So what inspires you to write your songs?
Well, I've been writing for 10 years now.
10 years, and you're only 17. Wow.
Yeah. So I've become obsessed with songwriting. That's my number one thing. It's what I just love. It's what I want to do, and I love something I said. What I would tell you last year, even the year before that, is that I want to write things that people don't normally write about in pop music, which is not love or not the breakup songs and stuff. Although I love writing those. Those are the funnest to write. But I kind of want to do something different. So on this EP that I just came out with, Just a Phase, you would think it's just about a guy or whatever. It's actually about how toxic the internet can be, which is not what you think, but if you actually kind of deep dive into it, that is what it's about. And so I kind of just like playing with my songwriting a little bit. Now for this next album that I'm working on right now with Greg Wells is going to be a little bit different for me. I think a big reason why I didn't write about those kind of love topics is because it kind of felt vulnerable, but I think this next album I'm really planning to, you know, take in that vulnerability and kind of touch on those a little bit. But then again, I love songwriting and I love to do something different. So what I did for, you know, the next songs that I'm coming out with is I like to switch the perspective or something's different. I like writing in almost the villain's point of view. I think that's really fun. And so that's a huge theme for my next album. I just love challenging myself when it comes to songwriting, and stuff like that is like, I just love getting into it. And so that's what this next album's kind of gonna be, songwriting-wise.
Wow, that's, you know, I didn't even realize that because I've listened to Just a Phase so many times. I didn't take it from that, and now when you said it, I was like, you know what, yes. So that is incredible. So Just a Phase has been getting a lot of traction, and of course, you've now been nominated for an ECMAs for the dance release of the year. How does that feel for you?
Amazing, because like I said, like, being able to be a part of the pop world, that is something I looked up to, being a part of that and hoping to, you know, change it in, I guess, some way. It just means so much. And like dance recording, like that's awesome. It's really, really cool.
So what is one of the favorite songs that you've ever composed and written so far?
My favorites are definitely with the new album. The one I performed for the ECMA like startup show was called People Pleaser, and that's one people should, you know, really look for, because not only is it one of my favorite, but it's Greg's as well. It's
my favorite. I heard you perform that and I got chills, and I was even thinking, like, you know, I can't believe that she put everything that people feel into lyrics and into music, which is phenomenal. And so, you know, so you play piano, so are you considering a music career, or would you prefer staying on the you know, songwriting side of things? What's your thoughts on that?
I haven't decided yet. That's where I don't know, but you know, music is like my first love, and I always have to remember that, and I have to know that that's what I want to do. Anything to do with music would make me happy. So
well, Summer, thank you so much for being here. So where can people find your music?
I'm on all social media platforms. I'm easy to find. My name is Summer Bennett, and I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. I'm usually Summer Bennett Official. I also have a website, but I'm mainly on TikTok and Instagram. But yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Summer, for joining us today.
Thank you.
We wish you all the best. And we'll be right back after this short break.
Your opinion matters, and we want to hear from you. Get in touch with us using our viewer feedback line, your direct connection to shaping the shows you love. It's easy. Just grab your phone, scan the QR code on your screen, and take our quick survey. Share your thoughts, and let's make your viewing experience even better.
You're watching Rogers TV St. John's.
Welcome back. Today I have with me Danny Dumaresque, who is the owner of Labrador Jim Seafoods. And so thank you so much, Danny, for being here with us.
Thanks for the invitation, Lori.
It's such an honor because, you know, I grew up in the fishing industry and my mom is a fish plant worker, so it's always nice to have someone that can acknowledge that and be a part of that. So, Danny, tell us a little bit about yourself and your business.
Well, we actually have something in common. My mom and dad, of course, grew up in a small community, Lanceclear, Labrador, and Mom was in the fish processing side, and Dad was doing his thing. And he told me, though, that the fishing racket was not for you, my son, he said, and go and get your education. So I did listen to him, and I spent 7 years in university getting a master's degree in political science and business administration. And thought that I would if I got elected, I'd be elected forever because I was qualified. But we have these things called elections in our parliamentary democracies, and I lost an election in 1996 and decided then that I would use the energy and skills that I wanted to apply to doing my own business. So I started out in international marketing and working with companies to take our wonderful products and find good, solid, willing customers throughout the world. And as I progressed along those lines, I then had the opportunity to get into the processing sector. And in the early part of the 20th century, 2022 and onward, I got 2 facilities on the lower North Shore of Quebec. And in 2007, I went down to Ramia on the south coast of Newfoundland and made an agreement down there to own and operate the facility. And we have been there ever since. There was a break because I didn't have all the licenses that I needed, but in 2014 I did get a scallop processing license, and I went to Rami and said, we're going to employ all the people on this beautiful island that can work, and they certainly looked at me a little bit strange when I said I would do it on processing scallops in their own shell.
Yeah.
It was a unknown thing to Ramia. As a matter of fact, I'm the first one in the province, if not in the country, that is taking wild scallops, in this case from St. Pierre Bank, and processing them and selling them in their own half shell.
Wow.
I discovered that product while I was actually courting my wife in Madrid, Spain, and found that the restaurants and the food service industry in Europe, France and Spain in particular, they sell the scallops like Coquille Saint-Jacques and scallops Galicia in their own shell, and charging a lot of money for them. So that was an idea that I brought back here quickly, and concentrated on trying to find markets for this specialty value-added scallop product. And yeah, we haven't looked back since from the Ramia facility, and I continue to be excited getting up and starting out every year, and we're now only weeks away. But over the last 28 years, we've encountered different challenges. Of course, the most notable one was the COVID-19 and the pandemic of 2019 and 2020-21. But we overcame that, and now we're confronted by an economic pandemic south of the border that nobody saw realistically coming from our neighbor of the last 200 years. But here we are. We're now confronted with this, and I certainly thought that it would happen, and that's why I plan to be proactive and to look at diversifying my customer base. And you know, I concluded, like a lot of my associates in the processing industry, that this is a wake-up call that maybe was long overdue. Mm-hmm. Maybe there was too much complacency on us to put too many of our eggs in the American basket. So with that wake-up call, I've endeavored now to search out new customers, and we've been on missions to Europe. I spent over 2 weeks in Spain, Italy, France, and the UK recently, and just this week I got back from the Boston Seafood Show. Yes. And certainly, you know, there are challenges, but there's also opportunities.
So like you said, the hot topic now is the tariffs, and if they're going to be actually implemented on April 2nd. So what do you think, how, you know, your business and other businesses like this would be directly affected, and what are those like short-term and long-term, you know, things that will happen with this industry?
Yeah, well, in my case, you know, approximately 50% of the volume that I produced in recent years has gone to the the United States. Mainly, as I indicated earlier, we work with the aft shell scallops, and undoubtedly a 25% tariff rate, which has been well, put on and put off, has been delayed from February 1st, March 4th, and now it's imminently coming on April the 2nd. And I think this time it's going to be more likely to stay for quite a while, because it's going to apply to every major nation in the world that's doing business with the United States. And they've had time, pretty well 2 months, to prepare all of the necessary infrastructure to accommodate this new tariff program that the President and the administration wants to implement. So yes, it's going to have a significant effect on our business, but it's going to have a bigger effect on the industry that are producing snow crab in big volume and live lobster trade. These are two products that we are sending almost exclusively to the United States. And the challenge for us right now is can we still get into the American market without having a 25% reduction in the value of the raw material, because that's not welcome news for fishers, and there's no way that the processing industry can absorb that kind of a cost increase. So that's the challenge there right now, and we certainly heard that loud and clear. At Boston, I confronted my customers and said, now what will you do? There's a pending pain coming on the tariff side, and I was disappointed to be told by my customers, and many other companies told me they had the same experience, that the Americans at this point have told everybody that we expect that the market price will prevail, and whatever the market price is, we expect you to deliver it to us like you did last year, but you pay the tariff. And of course, like I told them, we never put on the tariff, so they must go to their elected officials and impress upon them that at least they got to share the pain. The increase is offset a bit because of our lower dollar. The currency is in our favor to offset some of that increase, but by no means can we absorb, and neither should we absorb these unjustified tariffs.
And you have something there with you today, something about snow crab. So you want to tell us a little bit about what you brought here with us today?
Yes, well, late last fall, I saw the possibility of having a challenge for snow crab, and I had been listening to some of my customers on our store at 44 Elizabeth Avenue, and indeed at the airport as well, that many people find it difficult to extract the snow crab meat. As delicious as it is, it's frustrating to be able to get the meat out of the shell. So what I evaluated late last fall and got the equipment into Ramia, we have produced now a split snow crab section. So what we do is we take the section that is already cooked and frozen, and while it's frozen, we just separate the shoulder and the legs and the claws, and within 4 seconds each piece can be going through the machines and coming out split right down the middle, so that it can be then repacked, and you see here in our retail pack, and you just allow that to defrost. And we will also have the little forks inside this box that you can then extract the meat, and it will lose none of its flavor, none of its texture, and you will get 95% of the meat out. So this has been what I think will be a potential game changer for diversifying my market. And I have to tell you, 4 weeks ago I was in Paris, and I brought this sample with me, and one of the companies there insisted, before I left Paris, leave the sample with me. And you know, I was surprised and delighted that the same customer, the same company, came to Boston, and he told me that he had made the assessment, and he believes, and he's agreed now to take a quantity of this product, and he's going to take it and introduce it, because the thing is that we have got to, in differing markets, we have got to change the form of the product, because while the Americans will take a 30-pound box of crab sections and put them in Joe's Crab Shack and crack them open, it's not the way that the Europeans do their food consumption, especially in the restaurants and hotels. They want to be able to see what they're eating, and but they don't want to have any mess or have to wear a bib. So this product, I believe, is a possible way to get into that market, and of course we got 130 million pounds of it coming ashore in Newfoundland and Labrador, and I'm hopeful that some of that landings will find their way into this format. And we also do it for the food service. We will do a vacuum packed 5-pound bag that can go into a restaurant and allow them to easily extract the meat, add it to pastas and whatever. So this is my contribution to trying to diversify.
It's such an innovative technique too. And
yeah.
I gotta say, I love snow crab. So
yeah, well, we'll have you as a taste tester for this particular box here, and I hope that you can enjoy it, because snow crab in Newfoundland and Labrador is world class, and Europeans in particular. They are sophisticated seafood lovers. They eat 4 times as much seafood as we do in North America. And while they are demanding to know where it comes from and what is involved in the process, and make sure there's no additives or chemicals of any kind, once they recognize that you got the real deal, they will buy it. But as I said, sometimes you have to learn how have they been used to eating. And because I had, I'm fortunate to have my wife and 2 children that were born in Spain. They're EU citizens, and I was able to go to the restaurants throughout Europe and see how this seafood was presented. So I've had a little advantage in that sense, and through that combination of experience, I've decided to try this form of the product. And the same thing on the reverse. I mean, I went to Spain and saw how they prepared the scallops, and I came back here, and we've been successful in getting a niche market for scallops in the half shell that now serves the community of Ramia with full employment, while we can access the scallops from St. Pierre Bank.
Wow, that's incredible, Danny. And well, you know what, this has been super insightful and informative, so thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you, Laura. I really appreciate the opportunity, and hope I can come back soon and show you some more of our products.
Absolutely, thank you.
Take care, thank you.
And we'll be right back after this break. And now we're going to throw it to Summer's video, Car Sick. We hope you enjoy.
I cannot see, I cannot bleed, and I feel guilty. I cannot read what's underneath when I feel empty. Do you fear most the catacombs? Brings you anxiety. I cannot go, that's what I fear most. It is my misery. I get cars that go around them. Yeah, they when they're mad, they stab, kill this feeling before they get out. My legs send me to the ground. I'll scratch, I'll yell, I'll scream, oh, I've got this dream to do anything, but I hate this feeling, this hurt, this life. Maybe I might get out my knife. Changed, I'm different now, but I get the same sickness somehow. It's loud, it's quiet, I panic a lot. I might just let my body rot in a silent parking lot, and I'm car sick. The thought of them, the thought of when I would walk through the halls, the pain of sentence I surrender and I withdraw. I get cars that go around you, acting like you got a clue. Who knew? Kill this feeling before it gets in. No matter how much pain I get, I'm a mess, I'm obsessed. The reject, car is wrecked if I correct. Paint a leg, plastic engine, no wonder we had no connection. Did I mention, oh did I mention? Self-reflecting. I'll scratch, I'll yell, I'll scream, oh I've got this dream to do anything, but I hate this feeling, this hurt, this life. Maybe I might get out my knife. Changed, I'm different now, but I get the same sickness somehow. It's loud, it's quiet, I panic a lot. I might just let my body. Changed, I'm different now, but I get the same sickness somehow. It's loud, it's quiet, I panic a lot. I might just let my body rot in a silent parking lot. Now I'm sick.
Thank you so much for tuning in, and of course, we hope that you enjoyed Summer's video, Car Sick. And we want to thank Danny, who gave us this amazing snow crab and talk all things terrace. Until next time, much love.
This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
We want to hear from you. Provide feedback on this show or find out how you can get involved. Call, email us, or scan the QR code to take our quick survey.
You called us in, meaning you suspect foul play.
We have nothing to hide.
How do we know that this sex scandal is real?
It was completely consensual.
Do you remember all of your cases, Detective Braff?
Only the ones that keep me up at night.
This is fraud on a massive scale.
I didn't do anything.
Sit down. You'll need a good lawyer to prove it.
Well, we have one, and he's excited to meet you.
You might have yourself a murder case.
Hey, Gabe, we're supposed to be at City Hall.
We're gonna build it right here.
Yeah, sure. And give wetsuits to all the visitors?
No, on the water.
Hey, come on, we're talking about building something the size of 64 city blocks.
And there's no land left in Montreal.
So, get serious.
Listen, we'll build islands.
How? You dig up Montreal?
They're digging a subway, remember? You take it from there, and you put it here.
12 months and 25 million tons of fill later, St. Helens Island was reshaped and Ile Notre Dame was created.
Come on, we don't want to keep Mayor Drapeau waiting, do we?
Montreal's Expo 67. It would prove to be the most successful World's Fair of the 20th.
This is a man's heart.